On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
Lionel Barrymore, a towering figure of early American cinema and stage, passed away in 1954 at the age of 72, succumbing to natural causes after years of declining health compounded by arthritis and the effects of a lifetime spent in the demanding world of acting. His death reflected the era's challenges for performers who balanced the pressures of constant public visibility with the physical and emotional toll of long careers in theater and film. In an age when Hollywood was solidifying its global influence, Barrymore's passing marked the end of a direct link to the golden age of both stage and screen, embodying the fragility of human life, even for those whose personas seemed larger than life. The immediate consequence of his passing was the loss of a veteran actor whose presence had defined numerous films and stage productions. Known for his versatility, he seamlessly portrayed authority figures, villains, and comedic roles alike, from his Academy Award-winning performance in A Free Soul to his iconic role as the curmudgeonly Mr. Potter in It's a Wonderful Life. Barrymore's death left a gap in Hollywood's acting community, highlighting the rarity of actors capable of commanding both gravitas and charm across mediums. His absence also underscored the transitional period in American cinema, as a new generation of actors emerged, signaling the end of an era rooted in classical theatrical training. Barrymore's legacy was amplified by his death, cementing his status as a symbol of Hollywood's golden age. Tributes and retrospectives emphasized not only his memorable performances, but also his dedication to the craft, illustrating the period's reverence for skill, professionalism, and personal discipline in performance. His career trajectory, from stage to silent film, and then to talkies, showcased the evolution of entertainment in the 20th century and how a single life could mirror broader cultural transformations. Reflecting on his life and passing reveals humanity's enduring fascination with mortality, influence, and remembrance. Figures like Barrymore are immortalized through their work, preserved in film, photography, biographies, and commemorations that celebrate their contributions. His death illustrates how society transforms temporal existence into lasting cultural memory, ensuring that artistry continues to inspire and shape collective imagination long after the individual is gone. Justinian I, the Byzantine emperor renowned for his ambitious vision of restoring the Roman Empire, died in 565 at the age of 83, likely from natural causes after a long reign marked by both monumental achievements and devastating crises. His death reflected the era's values and challenges, a time when rulers were measured not only by their military conquests, but also by their capacity to legislate, administer, and uphold imperial authority amid religious and social upheaval. Living to an advanced age in the 6th century was itself remarkable, signaling both his personal resilience and the privileged access to resources, healthcare, and protection available to emperors. The immediate consequences of his passing were profound. Justinian had centralized power in a way that tied the empire's stability directly to his leadership. His death left the Byzantine Empire vulnerable to succession disputes and external pressures from Persian forces, Lombard invasions in Italy, and the continuing threat of plague domestically. The ambitious urban projects he championed, most famously the Hagia Sophia, remained as enduring symbols of his vision, but the administrative and military structures he relied upon faced challenges without his decisive oversight. His departure thus marked a turning point. While his legacy of legal codification and monumental architecture endured, the empire he sought to restore gradually contracted under his successors, Justinian's death amplified his legend, elevating him in historical memory as the emperor who sought to revive Rome's glory and codify its laws through the Corpus Juris Civilis, which would influence legal systems for centuries. His reign's achievements, paired with the human vulnerabilities exposed at the empire's edges, underscore the tension between mortality and the quest for enduring influence. By immortalizing Justinian through architecture, coinage, and historical chronicles, the Byzantine world and later generations transformed his life and death into a narrative of authority, piety, and cultural continuity. Reflecting on his passing illuminates humanity's relationship with mortality and power. Rulers, like all humans, are constrained by time. Yet their actions and visions can transcend their lifespan. Through art, literature, law, and monumental construction, societies preserve their memory, allowing figures like Justinian to remain active participants in cultural and historical imagination centuries after their physical deaths. Evelyn Venable, a celebrated American actress of the golden age of Hollywood, passed away in 1993 at the age of 80. Succumbing to natural causes after a life marked by both professional success and personal dedication. Her passing reflected the challenges and values of her era, a time when actresses often balanced the pressures of the studio system with the desire for personal privacy and artistic fulfillment. Venable's career, which included notable performances in films such as Death Takes a Holiday and providing the model for the iconic Columbia Pictures logo, exemplified the era's fascination with glamour, charm, and the cultivation of a public persona that resonated with audiences seeking both escapism and inspiration. The immediate consequences of her passing were largely felt in the cultural memory of classic Hollywood. While she had largely stepped away from the silver screen decades earlier, her death prompted retrospectives of her work and reminded audiences of the artistry and elegance that characterized mid-20th century American cinema. In this way, her legacy was both reinforced and celebrated, highlighting the enduring impact of performers who contributed not only to entertainment, but also to the visual and cultural identity of Hollywood itself. Evelyn Venable's life and death illuminate how society cherishes figures who embody particular ideals of grace, talent, and innovation. Her work as the model for the Columbia Pictures logo, in particular, transformed her presence into a lasting symbol, immortalizing her image for generations. Through film, photography, and historical retrospectives, Venable's influence extends far beyond her lifetime, illustrating how cultural icons can achieve a form of immortality in collective memory. Her passing underscores the human desire to remember and honor those whose work reflects both the values and aesthetic sensibilities of their time. It also demonstrates the interplay between mortality and legacy. While the human life is finite, contributions to art, culture, and identity allow individuals like Venable to remain influential long after death. Through cinematic preservation, scholarly attention, and popular commemoration, society continues to celebrate her achievements, highlighting the enduring connection between memory, artistry, and the human impulse to honor those who shaped cultural history. Bela Karolyi's passing on November 15, 2024, at the age of 82, came quietly, yet marked the end of a career that helped redefine women's gymnastics on a global scale. His death was natural, closing the chapter on a life lived amid the Cold War fervor, political defection, and the rise of elite sport as an arena for both personal triumph and institutional controversy. Karolyi's journey, from coaching Romania's champions under the stern regime of Nicolae Ceausescu to defecting to the United States in 1981 and spearheading the U.S. women's gymnastics program, mirrored the era's values of discipline, national prestige, and individual sacrifice. The immediate impact of his passing was felt throughout the world of gymnastics. Tributes acknowledged his role in training athletes like Nadia Comaneci, the first gymnast to earn a perfect 10 at the 1976 Olympics, and Mary Lou Retton, the 1984 Olympic all-around champion. His death prompted a retrospective reckoning with both his accomplishments and his methods. While many celebrated the heights he pushed athletes to achieve, others revisited criticisms of his coaching style, and the culture of elite gymnastics that he helped build. His legend was thus amplified, not solely for medals and records, but for the complex legacy of transformation he brought to the sport. Caroli's death crystallized his legacy, a man whose vision transformed the United States into a gymnastics powerhouse, and whose regime of training shaped the modern athlete's culture. Yet his story also highlights the era's challenges: rigid training methods, the glare of Olympic pressure, and the structural vulnerabilities that later surfaced in the sport's abuses. In death, his name became a touchpoint for both admiration and reflection, ensuring his mark would remain indelible in sporting history. Ultimately, Caroli's life and passing reveal the human tension between mortality and memory, between power and vulnerability. We immortalize figures like him through film, archival footage, institutional halls of fame, and the continuing performance of the athletes he coached. His death reminds us that while individual lives end, their influence can ripple across time, rooted in brilliance, shaped by controversy, and preserved by collective remembrance. Lil Peep, born Gustav Elijah Orr, died tragically at the age of 21 from an accidental drug overdose in November 2017. His passing was a stark reflection of the pressures and vulnerabilities faced by young artists in the digital age, particularly within the emotional and often self-destructive world of contemporary hip-hop. Emerging from the emo-rap scene, Lil Peep fused punk rock's raw emotional intensity with trap beats, creating a subgenre that resonated deeply with a generation grappling with anxiety, depression, and alienation. His death highlighted both the personal struggles that many artists face and the broader cultural climate in which mental health and substance abuse issues are pervasive, yet often stigmatized. The immediate consequences of his death were profound within the music community. Fans worldwide mourned the loss of a voice that felt intimately connected to their own experiences of pain and vulnerability. Fellow artists paid tribute, and social media became a space for collective grief and reflection. Commercially, Lil Peep's posthumous releases garnered significant attention, illustrating how his passing amplified his legend and solidified his status as a defining figure of his era. His music became a touchstone for conversations about youth struggles, mental health awareness, and the darker sides of fame in the 21st century, demonstrating how mortality can magnify an artist's cultural impact. Lil Peep's death also underscores humanity's complex relationship with mortality and memory. Society often elevates artists who die young into symbols of unfulfilled potential and eternal youth, a phenomenon that blurs the line between mourning and mythologizing. He is immortalized through his music, art, and digital presence, as well as through tributes in media and fan-driven commemorations. His legacy challenges audiences to grapple with the tensions of power, fame, and vulnerability, the ability to influence countless lives, even in a brief existence, and the responsibility to recognize and address systemic issues like addiction and mental health support. Through Lil Peep's story, we see how society memorializes cultural figures not only for their artistic contributions, but also for the emotional truths they convey. Art, literature, and music become vessels for memory, allowing the artist's voice to resonate beyond life, shaping cultural discourse and inspiring empathy across generations. His life and untimely death remain a poignant reminder of the fragility of youth, the intensity of modern fame, and the enduring power of creative expression. Keith Barron passed away at the age of 83 in November 2017, succumbing to natural causes after a long life devoted to the performing arts. His death marked the conclusion of a career that spanned over 5 decades, during which he became a familiar presence on British television and stage. Barron's passing reflected an era in which television became a dominant medium for storytelling, with actors like him bridging the worlds of theater and the small screen, and bringing nuanced, relatable characters into living rooms across the United Kingdom. His career, characterized by versatility from drama to comedy, mirrored a period of growing cultural sophistication in post-war Britain, where television increasingly shaped public consciousness and social dialogue. The immediate consequences of his death were felt primarily within the entertainment industry and among audiences who had grown up watching his performances. Tributes poured in from fellow actors, producers, and fans, emphasizing his professionalism, charm, and the subtle depth he brought to every role. While Barron may not have achieved the global renown of Hollywood contemporaries, his death highlighted the crucial role of character actors in shaping the texture of British television and the collective memory of generations of viewers. Posthumously, retrospectives of his work reinforced his status as a dependable and gifted actor, and his passing prompted renewed appreciation for the contributions of seasoned performers whose craft often underpins the success of larger productions. Barron's life and death illuminate humanity's ongoing relationship with mortality, power, and memory in the arts. His career demonstrates how longevity and dedication can leave a lasting imprint even without celebrity sensationalism. Society immortalizes figures like him through continued broadcasts of their work, archival recordings, and written reflections that preserve both their artistry and the cultural eras they inhabited. The memory of Keith Barron endures not merely in the roles he played, but in the emotional resonance and reliability he offered audiences, a reminder that artistic legacy often lies in the quiet consistency of one's craft, and that through art, memory, and commemoration, individuals can achieve a form of enduring presence beyond the limits of life. Emil Durkheim passed away on November 15, 1917, at the age of 59 due to a cerebral hemorrhage, a natural cause that brought an abrupt close to the life of one of sociology's founding figures. His death occurred during a tumultuous period marked by World War I, a conflict that had already strained the social fabric of Europe. Durkheim's passing reflected both the fragility of human life and the era's intellectual urgency. He had dedicated his career to understanding the structures and norms that hold societies together, emphasizing how collective consciousness and social cohesion mitigate animi, a condition of normlessness intensified by war and rapid modernization. The immediate consequences of his death were felt across academic circles. Durkheim left behind an unfinished body of work, yet his existing studies, most notably the division of labor in society, suicide, and the elementary forms of religious life, continued to influence emerging sociological thought. Scholars worldwide drew on his theories to analyze the social disruptions caused by industrialization, urbanization, and political upheaval. While his contemporaries mourned the loss of a guiding intellectual presence, Durkheim's absence amplified his legend. His methodical approach and rigorous empiricism set a standard for the discipline, and his writings became foundational texts in sociology departments around the globe. Durkheim's life and death highlight humanity's enduring struggle with mortality and the desire to impose order on the chaos of existence. His legacy demonstrates that ideas, once rigorously articulated, can transcend an individual's lifespan, influencing generations and shaping societal self-understanding. Memorialization of figures like Durkheim occurs through the continued study and teaching of their work, academic conferences dedicated to their theories, and the historical recognition of their contributions to understanding human behavior and institutions. In honoring Durkheim, society not only preserves his intellectual achievements, but also reaffirms the value of rigorous inquiry into the forces that bind communities, revealing a collective aspiration to make sense of both life and the inevitability of death. Through such commemoration, Durkheim achieves a form of immortality, his insights enduring as a lens through which humanity examines its own social nature and the fragile structures that sustain it. Johannes Kepler passed away on November 15, 1630, in Regensburg, Germany, at the age of 58, succumbing to an illness exacerbated by exhaustion and the harsh conditions of his era. Kepler's death was natural, but occurred amid the immense pressures of a period defined by scientific revolution, political instability, and religious conflict. As imperial mathematician to the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II, he had navigated not only the intellectual challenges of developing a new understanding of planetary motion, but also the social and political tensions of 30 years war-era Europe. His relentless work ethic and personal sacrifices, including financial hardship and the death of family members from plague, reflected the era's broader challenges of survival, innovation, and intellectual pursuit under precarious conditions. The immediate consequences of his passing were significant for the scientific community. While Kepler had already published his monumental works, including Astronomia Nova and Harmonices Mundi, which formulated his 3 laws of planetary motion, his death left some projects incomplete and delayed the dissemination of his ideas. However, his meticulous observations and mathematical rigor laid the groundwork for future astronomers, such as Isaac Newton, whose law of universal gravitation built directly on Keplerian principles. In death, Kepler's legend was amplified, as his commitment to reconciling observational evidence with mathematical theory epitomized the emerging values of empirical science, rational inquiry, and the quest to understand the cosmos. Kepler's life and death reveal humanity's persistent struggle with mortality while striving for intellectual immortality. His work illustrates how individuals confront the fragility of life by leaving behind enduring contributions to knowledge. Memorialization occurs through continued study of his writings, the naming of celestial features after him, and recognition in scientific historiography, ensuring that his pursuit of cosmic order remains influential. Kepler's legacy exemplifies how humanity immortalizes its thinkers, not through the avoidance of death, but by embedding their insights into the fabric of collective understanding, allowing their ideas to navigate time far beyond their mortal span. His death underscores the enduring tension between human vulnerability and the desire to create lasting impact in the face of life's uncertainties.